But this is a OE, pretty much all NOS restoration.
My dad's gonna flip.
It's dusty and dirty now.
Still,
It's 71 HEMI CUDA. It's kind of the top dog in the muscle car. Of anybody's.
Yeah.
71 CUDA is kind of the pinnacle of
that's
the muscle
really
cars.
freaking cool. Yeah.
Original owner's son took it to either graduation or prom, something like that.
God.
Blew up the motor. It's windowed about as bad as that other block I showed you.
Yeah.
Oil got under the tires and he slid into a tree or a telephone pole or something. So he blew up the motor and wrecked it the same night. They kicked rods out the side, blew it up. This one's been hacked back together to go in a hot rod car.
So just the value of the block is such that you're willing to...
It's worth fixing, yeah.
Now is it high nickel material or...
Yeah,
okay.
Chrysler used a lot higher nickel content in their castings than anybody else. Had machine shop guys tell me they can, with one boring bit, they can do 3 or 4 small block Chevy blocks.
Yeah.
They can usually get 1 Chrysler block. Sometimes they have to use 2 bits to do 1 Chrysler block. Chrysler was big on high nickel content because, and that's the little things that people don't think about or realize. For the most part, I'd say my average client doesn't do anything themselves anymore. They generally have, they kind of have enough money they can pay somebody like me to work on their car, which whether it's a new car or an old car, I think it's the attitude. That's my favorite car in here.
Oh yeah.
64 Dodge factory race HEMI car. It's got aluminum fenders, aluminum doors, sound deadener, came with Lexan side windows.
So this is pretty much just race ready.
It's a factory built assembly line hot rod that is. Most of the time we have people who are they run small to mid-sized companies, make 6 figures, like the cars, always thought they were cool, never could afford them. Now they're in a position to afford them. Kids are out of the house, they want the car they've always wanted, so they just they pay somebody to do the restoration on it. And this last year or two, with the economy doing what it is, we've actually been exporting some cars too. People from Australia, especially Australia, New Zealand, we've been sending cars, and they're not the high-end full restoration cars. They're the cars that we're doing, mechanical stuff, bring them back up, rebuild the front ends, freshen up a motor or tranny, put an interior in that's not falling apart and send it back over. Yeah, there's just so few people that do it because it's just the costs are so exorbitant. And, you look at, even America, you can't build anything in America anymore because things like UAW, they've just driven the price of labor so high, you can't be competitive. You can't build anything here. They're more worried about their worker rights than they are about making a quality product. They're more worried about getting the next holiday than working with the car manufacturer to be able to continue producing something here. And so I'm pretty anti big labor as well as anti-export. It's a tough line. I just see it killing the car market domestically. Both sides of it. I don't think either side is right. There's got to be some way for labor to realize that sitting on an assembly line is not a $100,000 a year job. Yeah. It's just not. It doesn't take much training. It doesn't take schooling. The engineering that nobody's getting schooling for because we don't even teach basic math in this country anymore, really.
Yeah, not really. It's not required for much.
Yeah, so we don't have any good engineers in this country anymore, with few exceptions. I don't know.